This
Again,
conference will
I would
now
like
be recorded.
to invite Dr. Venkat sir into our FDP so that he will take today's session also, first session. So yeah, we are listening to his session. So I give this time to Dr. Venkat sir to take the session. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas. Hope screen is visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yeah. Okay. Very good morning, one and all. Thank you for patient listening and completing your 3 days journey. Still 2 days ahead of you, including today. It's a really joy to be associated with you in this fashion and disseminating whatever the information that we have, whatever the research that we did. If we keep our research within us, it doesn't give any purpose. So it is a best platform to share with our faculty colleagues. Thank you for hearing once again. So today we will look into the solar thermocatalytic decomposition of plastic waste, decomposition for plastic waste, for treating the mixed plastic waste to fuels. In my first assignment, I was expressing about the gaseous fuel utilization in engines. As we all aware, the liquid fuels and gaseous fuels both can be employed in internal combustion engines, transportation sector, maybe of road transportation, rail transportation, air and water transportation. In all sectors, we can employ these two kinds of fuels, liquid and gaseous fuels. So I was focused on the gaseous fuel, hydrogen, in my first assignment. Along with hydrogen, other than hydrogen, we can also utilize biogas, CNG, PNG, or any other gaseous fuels in IC engines, inferior quality gaseous fuels. Now, in my second session, I was introduced about the pyrolysis process for treating waste to energy, waste to fuels. As we have done couple of projects with the Department of Science and Technology in this regard, so I would like to express the complete details about the project that we carried out. As I said earlier, the presentations usually be of two classifications, two kinds. One is of purely focused on the technical, another is of maybe on overall view, technological aspects, economical aspects, sociological aspects. These things may be covered. So for today's session, I would like to not to take any technical details, much discussion about the technicals, but I would like to give overall perspective of the technology, which is being used for converting waste to fuels that could be used for transportation sector as well as for other industrial applications. In last lecture, I was expressing about the pyrolysis process can be used for treating any kind of waste material. Waste may be of organic waste or inorganic waste. All hydrocarbon materials, all trees, all forest waste, agriculture waste, any hydrocarbon material which can decompose is considered as the organic material. We do find organic waste right from our home to hotels and many places, even from industries, from chemical industries, we do get organic waste. Other than organic waste, we can also have inorganic waste, metal waste, and some kind of gaseous waste, waste gases, and many other wastes, electronic waste we can see. Nowadays, the era is going back to the waste, investing on waste, converting on waste to energy. Nowadays, truly speaking, there is no word called waste. Everything is valuable. Everything is valuable. Even in our Indian Railways, earlier we used to have platforms with so much dirty. Whenever train comes, there you can find a lot of human crater, because of which dirty platforms and every track on track, because of the toilets in the coaches, we used to face problems. So for the past 3.5 years, Indian Railways has taken initiative and spent huge amount of funds in order to convert the toilets, conventional toilets, into bio toilets, from which we produce CH4 gas and some small amount of CO2. This was implemented at rapid stage. This project was implemented in all divisional railway, in all railway divisions across the country, that you can see. Now almost 99% of the Indian railway units are attached with the bio toilets. As my focus is on converting waste to energy technologies, for this session I would like to spend on the inorganic waste conversion to fuels and some other valuable materials, fuels, liquid fuels, as well as gaseous fuel, and some other organic or activated carbon, which is valuable, as I said earlier. As the technology is not old, technology is not new, it is very old technology, pyrolysis, but with little modifications, with addition of new kinds of catalysts in order to treat the waste. We are to optimize the process parameters. All these are the research challenges that we are going through right in current scenario. Before entering into the technology overview, let me ask you a fundamental questions. I would like to know what basic information do you have about the plastic? What do you know about plastic? If you think about the plastic, immediately what comes into your mind? Would you respond?
A poly bag.
It is a polymer.
Very good. It is a polymer.
A poly bag plastic.
Two types.
Two types.
Non-biodegradable.
Types. Thermosetting and
Okay,
thermoplastics and
thermoplastics.
thermosetting plastic.
Okay, very good. Two major classification. Non-biodegradable. Very good.
Mostly non-biodegradable.
Pardon?
Mostly hydrocarbons.
Hydrocarbons. Very good. Simple hydrocarbon structure, or it is a complex structure?
High molecular weight macromolecules.
Yeah, very good. Still, if you think about plastic waste, what comes in your mind? As I ask now plastic, now I'm adding one more term, plastic waste. What comes into your mind? Plastic waste.
They just keep accumulating, causing lot of environmental issues.
Okay, very good. Environmental issues. Has anybody worked on the plastic waste?
They're soluble in
Okay, voice is not clear. Okay, anyway, so let's move. Has anybody worked on the plastic waste in this group? Okay, good. I think no
They are
response.
derivatives of crude oil.
Yeah, derivatives of crude oil.
They are derivatives of crude oil.
Okay, okay, good. Okay. So as you all said rightly, very rightly, plastics are
Yes.
useful. Yes, now you can mute yourself. If you think about the plastic, I can say that almost all systems, whatever you deal with in your daily life, are most of the industrial appliances are home appliances. In many of the systems, you can find at least one component of plastic material, at least some components which are made with the plastic. You take any appliance which is surrounded you, it consists of some kind of plastic. Even if you take your wooden chair, in that also somewhere or other, maybe at the bottom, there might be kept the plastic one, plastic gripper, or somewhere it may be a plastic component, small component is being used. You use home applications. In home applications, many of the things are packed with the plastic components, right from the head shampoo and right from the you use knife. Every component is having little bit or most of the component is containing of the plastic material. As I was asking, what comes in your mind if you think about the plastic waste? In India or across the world, plastic is, after plastic invention, much revolution has been taken place. Many applications, plastic has penetrated into many applications because it has many favorable properties in terms of uh, physical, in terms of chemical properties, not only physiochemical favorable properties, it also has the most economic aspect. It has the a favorable aspect in terms of economics. If you make any component with other materials or other metals, the same can be made with the plastic. Definitely, the huge cost can be benefited. So, with this favorable benefits, with the industrial revolution, many applications have incorporated the plastic in its a component in its system. Because of its wide utilization, now the world is dumped with the plastic. Wherever you see, you can find plastic. Wherever you see, you can find the plastic waste. Around your home, around your service sector, corporate sector, everywhere. Now, the same plastic which we used to think this is the best material, low cost material, cheapest material, having very good physical properties, good strength. Now the same thing is being a threat to the environment, to the human. It is a questioning of sustainability aspects. Sustainability is the major threat because of the plastic. Not only it is spoiling the land, it is spoiling air and water pollution. Air and water pollution. If you burn the plastic, it is directly spoiling the air. Pollutants are being released. If you dump the plastic in land, as it is not biodegradable, so again it creates a problem. If you throw the plastic, polythene or any kind of material, plastic material, then in water it also spoils the aquaculture aqua system. Entire aqua system is under threat because of the plastic. Some of the slides I have directly taken from the web resources. You can observe that the aqua system is totally under threat because of the huge plastic dumped into the water, into the rivers, into the canals, into the sea. Marine ecology is getting disturbed. Biodiversity is getting disturbed. Entire our human sustainability is under question mark, because of the wide usage of the plastic. Groundwater also getting a spoil. Not only the surface water because of the plastic, the groundwater is also getting spoiling. Soil pollution, a dangerous pollutants when you burn the plastics. Human health problems are increasing day by day. Animals are killing. You can, if you open the website and if you put a plastic waste, you can see how animals are being killed because of the plastic. Cows and whatever the street animals, they consume the plastic waste, organic waste along with plastic, and that plastic is indigestible, because of which many animals are under threat. Recycling. One of the best options is recycling. Kindly mute yourself. Participants can mute yourself. Okay. So the plastic can be recycled and it can be reused, but we cannot recycle more than 2 or 3 times, depending upon the type of plastic that you are using. When you are recycling, its properties will get deteriorated. Its physiochemical properties will get deteriorated because you are putting the material in thermal stress. So its original properties definitely can be lost. You can identify the plastic components in market, which is being made with the first-hand material through original materials, pure plastic, and which is made with the recycled plastic. Second grade plastic in market, we say second grade plastic and first grade plastic. We can easily identify. So we have the problem of not recycling many times as we desire. We cannot recycle. Every time you recycle, it loses 60% of the properties you lose. Only 60% of the plastic produced is being recycled. 70% of the plastic packaging products are converted into waste. Whatever you are making the plastic carry bags, immediately these carry bags and then water glosses and the plastics which are having 50 microns thickness, less than 50 microns thickness, these are immediately converting into a waste. If you take any marriage, In that marriage, you can find a lot of plastic waste, along with the food waste, along with the other kinds of waste. So in the world, so much amount of plastic. The details here it is being mentioned. 70% of the plastic is about the Indian data. Do you know how many kinds of plastics are there? Can anybody say?
2 types.
Yeah,
Thermoset,
majorly 2 types: thermosets and
thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics.
yeah. Again, thermoplastics have been classified into 7 types. Based on these are the 7 types of plastics.
Based
PET,
on heat treatment, 2 types.
yeah. Based on the number of recycling. As I said, we cannot recycle the plastic as many times as you desire. Based on the number of recycling, the plastics have been classified into this category: PET, HDPE, high density polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, LDPE, low density polyethylene, polypropylene, and so on. If I take LDPE, this can be recycled maximum of 4 times. Polypropylene, I can be recycled maximum of 5 times. Polyethylene PET bottles, you can find this, whatever the drinking beverage bottles, beverage applications are comes under the PET. And the carry bags comes under the LDPE. The shampoo and other kinds of materials, plastics, home appliances are HDPE, and so on. In India, in order to address this plastic waste, a plastic waste management, a government of India initiative has been taken. A plastic waste management rules have been framed in India. Any industry, any hotel, any service sector cannot simply throw the plastic into the environment. They have to be follow the rules. They have to be follow the norms. As we do have the norms for automotive sector, for engines, for vehicles, this amount of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, CO2, as different pollutants have norms. In the same way, plastic waste management rules have been laid out even in India. As you all aware that single-use plastics are no more. It is banned in most of the countries, in most of the continents as well, even in India also. So plastic waste management, new technologies can be implemented for waste management like thermochemical treatment, or you can use polymer blended co-processing. Directly you can use the granules of plastic materials into the cement kilns, or you can also use the conventional technologies like recycling, incineration, and landfilling. If you come across the new technologies with the new optimizations, pyrolysis and plasma pyrolysis are upcoming technologies. The plastic waste management rules have been laid in 2016. Again, these have been modified. Actually, it was made in 2011, and these rules were amended in 2016. You can go through the Plastic Waste Management PWM rules 2016, which is available. This document is available in the website. This is the Bharat Gazette for disposal, plastic waste disposal, how we need to dispose, and what are the norms, all guidelines for the disposal of non-recyclable fractions, multi-layered plastic. You can see the plastics of as you take some people in North India, many people use gutka and many applications which are of suppose if you take kurkure packet, if you take chips packet, all these kinds of materials are called MLPs. MLP means multi-layer of plastic. You can see different kinds of Am I audible?
You are audible, sir. Some background noise is coming. Background noise is
Okay,
coming.
just give me
That
1
is
minute.
why. That is why I have stopped again and I have muted and then again unmuted.
Just wait. Yeah. The plastic waste management guidelines for disposal from the service sector, from the industries, even from the community homes, from the apartments. These guidelines have been laid out. You can verify, you can go through the document available in the website. As you all aware that reduce, reuse, recycle, these three RQ is very favorable terms while dealing with the plastic waste. Now, as you all aware that plastics can be recycled easily and plastics can be reused. Now, what is the problem with recycling? I have mentioned only 1 or 2 points. Other than this, could you guess any other realities in order to treat the plastic waste? Let me say a brief details about the mixed plastic waste. I don't know whether you have visited any municipal solid waste management plants located maybe in your town or in your cities, or definitely you might be observing dump yards, dump places in your, maybe it is a small dump place in your street, or maybe a local market, or maybe the public places where all kinds of materials, including plastic, including organic, including cloth, chappal, everything is being dumped at the dump sites, dustbins, dust places. So with this, what kind of problems that you face in terms of recycling or in terms of treatment? If you want to treat this kind of mixed plastic waste, what would be the immediate challenges that you face? What kind of problems that you may go through? Any guess?
Separation and segregation.
Very
Separation,
good.
sir.
First foremost problem is separation and segregation. Okay, very good.
Sir, awareness, non-awareness about the technologies and various instruments.
No. Awareness is that is technology. Awareness is no need to the society, even for treating as well. If you have proper technology, you can employ the technology. You can convert.
Those basic fundamental idea also not known.
Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, that is there.
Fundamental.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
awareness in the society, awareness in the people, a mindset in the people is not clear. Even in your home, if you observe, in my home, if I observe the plastic bags, polythene bags, and then food waste, leftover food is all dumped in the only one plastic, one dustbin, which is not suggestible. So I said at my home, we do separate the dry waste and the wet waste. Even the milk packets that we do separate every day, and then we keep separate, and then those packets I take to my college and then we treat. I produce the oil in our college. Whatever the Colin bottles and plastic bottles, oil bottles, shampoo bottles, all these plastic containers, my wife keeps separate, and then I take all, collect them, and I bring to the college, and then I convert into the oil. If this consciousness is being raised in people mindset, definitely we may address the major problem of separation and segregation. Separation and segregation is the major issue when you talk about the mixed plastic waste. As I'm talking, my focus is on the mixed plastic waste. If only one kind of plastic waste is there, like if you want to treat only LDPE, low density polyethylene, it is easy to convert. You can understand the thermal characterization. You can understand the how, at what temperature the plastic will get degrade, at what temperature what it can depolymerize, and what temperature. So put a full thermal performance of individual plastic we can understand. If you want to treat only PET, polyethylene tetrafluorine, PET bottles, or you want to treat with LDPE, then you can treat easily. But if you mix up some portion of LDPE component, some portion of HDPE, some portion of even PVC, which is having chlorine, polyvinyl.
Feed water out. Here we have feed water. Here we have a carbonic acid. This one is a feed water.
Yeah, kindly mute yourself. Treatment of PVC is having another issue. Chlorine is a dangerous gas. If you recycle the PVC, chlorine will be released, which is not suggestible to the green environment. It also damages. So in the mixed plastic waste, you can find all kinds of plastic in one place. Treatment or converting, recycling of this mixed plastic waste is having a technical challenges. Converting single plastic, pure plastic is easy. Still any other challenges? I have mentioned two challenges. First challenge is segregation. Separation and segregation is the first challenge. And second challenge is technical issues in converting mixed kind of plastic waste. We cannot assess the performance of the thermal performance, thermal behavior of the mixed plastic. This is the second. Any other issue?
Issue is there.
Yeah.
If you take thermoset is very difficult to break by heating. So if you heat, it is not possible in a small scale.
Thermosets, you cannot do anything.
Yeah, that's the
Thermosets, you
problem.
cannot do anything. And as I said, 7 classification, those are all thermoplastics. I am just discussing about the thermoplastics. Thermosets not at all included. Thermosets are very rare application, not rare application, comparatively lesser as compared than the thermoplastics. Thermoplastics. So major issue with the thermoplastics. Thermoplastics.
Quality deterioration. If you go
Yeah,
for
quality
heating,
deterioration is the another issue. As I said, virgin plastics can easily be recycled, easily be processed. Again, suppose if I collected the mixed plastic waste in Gujarat, in my town, Vadodara, the kind of mixed plastic waste, the nature of mixed plastic waste is not same in Hyderabad city. Maybe some HDPE portion is high, somewhere LDPE portion is high. So thermal characterization of the mixed plastic waste is not uniform. Everywhere the composition of the mixed plastic waste, composition of mixed plastic waste is different. Maybe 10 percentage of LDPE, 20 percentage of HDPE, or 5 percentage of PVC. So this percentage is vary. We cannot say a thumb rule. This, yes, you take this much plastic waste and mix some catalyst and then you heat up and then you will get some valuable materials. You cannot simply make it a thumb rule and then you cannot produce the oil. You might be listening in your Facebook and in many social media that many people are processing the waste material and producing the oils. If you take any industrial waste, maybe in industry or food processing industries or chemical industries, they may produce a particular kind of waste which can be treated easily. Suppose we have worked last couple of months back, I have worked with the waste material from the uh, newspaper industry, paper industry. They get the waste which is of mixed one. They also use some cardboard material and newspaper waste, organic waste, and it also mixed with the light of LDPE kind of waste, which for which treatment is very difficult. We have conducted the experiments with that waste. I have collected from the Uttar Pradesh, from Meerut, from the paper industry, and we have worked out for production of the oil. Again, we faced the problems, technical problems with treatment.
Sir, it is better to have a small type of instrument or a kit like bio toilets, which is installed in each and every streets or a particular zone. And if the people keep on seeing how that is easy to dispose the waste means, then they could have some awareness, and also they'll start practicing to have separation, and as well as the real usefulness of the waste can be studied.
Yeah, Dr. Srinivas, it is going always first slide automatically. Yeah. Which slide is visible right now? Mixed plastic waste to well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So somebody was saying some suggestion. Okay, I will. Yeah.
Sir, at last I will tell, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. So treatment of mixed plastic waste. If this kind of plastic waste is available, then treatment and making it commercial is most difficult. Commercial viability, whatever the technology that you make, if it is not commercially, again, the entire your effort would go in vain. So we need to address the challenges if the plastic waste has to be treated at commercially. I know some couple of people from Ramco Industries. Okay, it is switching to almost first slide every time.
Sir, you are doing you have to go from current slide.
Huh?
I think you have to go from current slide. Now it is right slide.
Okay. I think organizer is always switching on off and something is going on. Dr. Srinivas. Here I am not pressing anything, automatically it is going to first slide again, coming back and then going muted, everything is going on. Okay. Now segregation problems. Is it the slide which is visible to you? Segregation problems.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So segregation problems are there. Segregation is not easy. Segregation is associated with the cost. If earlier slide, as I said, manual segregation has its own challenges, which is more time consuming and more amount of human power, and manual segregation is not at all hygiene, uncomfortable job. You don't get much labor. These are the practical problems that we face while dealing with the manual segregation at Dehradun. High cost of labor and challenging task to handle the huge volumes. In Dehradun, I did work with the municipal waste management plant, which was installed by the Ramco Industries. There, daily we used to get 300 metric tons of waste. From 300 metric tons of waste, if you want to segregate manually, it is a tedious task. You cannot get the labor. It is not at all the hygienic job. Inaccuracy of segregation process. If you want to go with the equipment for segregation, if you want to implement technology, which is costlier now, the technology is costly, equipment is costly. If you want to make automated segregation technology, if you want to employ any automation, if you want to use any robot, nowadays you can see YouTube videos, robot also using for the segregation. You can employ different technologies, different sensors that you can employ for segregation. However, all these are right now in current scenario are costly, only suitable to handle a large volumes. If you install any segregation technology, then you need to have a large volumes of the waste. It is not economical for the small handling of small amounts of the waste. Other problems in converting the mixed plastic waste, as I said, technical problems. If you want to treat only polypropylene where melting temperature is 170 degrees, decomposition temperature is around 328 to 410 degrees centigrade. If you take polyethylene bottles, PET bottles, decomposition temperature range is 283 to 306. So if you mix these two materials, all mixture of these materials in a single reactor, then at what temperature the mixed material will get decomposed is a question mark. You cannot fix a reaction temperature for the uniform decomposition rate. The conversion process, the depolymerization process or catalytic conversion process is major function of the temperature of the reactor. In reactor, what is the temperature that you are maintaining? What is the residence time? How much time you are keeping the waste or exposing the waste or the material in the chemical reaction environment? And what is the catalytic environment? All these are the major parameters which influence the quality of the oil. As I said, as we were working with the waste material from the paper industry, this was the problem that we identified. Every time we keep the sample and we keep the temperature, same temperature, so we were not getting the uniform quality of the oil. Quality is a major issue. Again, quantity of oil produced is another issue. What is the yield of the oil? That is issue. All these are the major technological concerns which are still under research, though some people say we are ready, but not fully. It depends upon the kind of plastic waste that you are treating. If you are working with the mixed plastic waste, definitely technology has not been matured as of now. Catalyst, proper catalyst, again it is a bigger question mark. We work with the industry called Rudra Environmental Limited, in Pune, Maharashtra, which we have developed the thermocatalytic depolymerization (TCD) technology for treating the mixed kind of plastic waste, which is available from the municipalities. This is the basics. As we mentioned, plastics are basically formed with the polymerization. These are monomers. Those who don't have basic idea, just let me say one or two words. Monomers are being combined together called polymerization. That process is called polymerization. Depolymerization is the reversal process of the polymerization. Depolymerization is breaking of the polymers in the presence of heat. So we say thermocatalytic conversion. Thermocatalytic conversion, as we are dealing with the polymers, so we kept the name as thermocatalytic depolymerization (TCD) technology for treating the municipal mixed plastic waste. In the absence of oxygen, we do heat the waste, mixed plastic waste, and we allow the temperature about 350 to 450 degrees centigrade. And this is the flow chart, which is a plastic waste is being shredded into small pieces and supplied to the reactor, where 300, 350 to 450 degrees centigrade is being maintained. And from this, the vapors are being collected and moisture is being separated in the gas separator, and the whatever the oil is being, whatever the vapors are being condensed, those will be collected in the oil condenser and supplied back to the pyro oil tank. Whatever the gas is being collected, that will again supplied back to the reactor, which is useful for supplying the energy. And the residue, solid residue, which is called a carbon. A carbon is again may be used for different applications. The same TCD technology has been mentioned in the flow chart. And this was the slide earlier also has shown. Now with the developed technology, what are the plastic waste that we can treat? I have mentioned here accepted feedstock for better yield, better quality, better amount of oil and better quality is milk bags, oil bags, food bags, all these carry bags, blister, all MLPs, multi-layered kurkure packets, chips packets, all kinds of MLPs can be processed. PET bottles, including PET bottles, Bisleri, soft drinks, toilet cleaners, and food items, detergent bags, all these are being allowed. With our developed technology, the Plastofuel, a 60%, 60 to 65% is the efficiency. Means if I put 1 kg of substance, 1 kg of the material, raw material, I will get 0.6, 60% of the oil, 60% of the oil, 20 to 25% of the gas, remaining would be the char, remaining would be the solid residue, and some amount of moisture is being present in the output of products. One batch process is about 5 to 7 hours. Now we have developed the continuous pyrolysis technology, continuous TCD technologies, which we have applied for DST for funding. This was the first machine, first equipment, first plant that we set up during early stages with 50 kg per batch. Pyrolysis plant, TCD plant in Pune. And this is the second upgraded one, which treats 200 kg per batch. And this is 0.5 ton per batch capacity plant. And this is the plant which holds, which process 2 tons per day, 2 tons per day. Now we have submitted the proposal for 10 tons per day of continuous. Even you can observe in the website, many Chinese pyrolysis plants are there. Those pyrolysis plants are having problems. They usually supply rotary kinds of reactor. If the reactor is being rotated, the quality or the quality of the oil definitely gets a problem. One of the industrial person has come to us for testing the fuel which was developed by the plant, Chinese plant. That fuel, in that fuel, what we observed, the carbon content, the solid carbon content was totally combined with the oil, where a separation of the carbon particles at micron level was very much difficult. We applied different technologies for separating the carbon residue. If you keep the oil for sometimes in cold areas like Dehradun or in Simla or in northern state, the oil gets freeze. Oil gets freeze. Problems, chemical problems are there. And with the oil that we develop, we produce, that we have tested in our laboratory on stationary engine, on the automotive engine, as well as we have tested in the two-wheeler also. This was with the publication along with the industrial person. Okay. The plasto oil that we develop is being used for different applications. We can run the agriculture pump, agriculture diesel gensets we can use. You can use for the boilers, and we also supplied in Pune in one of the village for a cooking stove. The oil that we supplied to the cooking stove, and we also tested with a four-wheeler engine as well as a two-wheeler engine, the same oil. And in genset also we have verified the oil, we have tested the oil for its performance and emission characteristics. The same slide I have mentioned in earlier also with the properties. As I was already discussed, the property with the Plasto oil, viscosity was almost equals to the diesel. The properties are almost equals to the diesel. This also have already covered. Now, as I mentioned, what is the viability, commercial viability of the plant or of the technology that we have developed? That also we have analyzed with this capex for this 1 TPD plant. If you want 3,000 kg per day, 1 ton per day, this is the capex. About 83 lakhs is the plant total, and we have analyzed the expenditure, OPEX, operating expenses, and with final analysis, we can say that the payback period for any industrialist, for any person, usually assessed based on the payback period, PBP. For our technology, it was 3.5 by considering the plastic waste cost also. If the plastic waste is freely available, then the payback period further reduces to 1.8 years. We have considered the plastic waste purchasing the waste from different sources, which takes care about the transportation and loading, unloading, all these details are there. If the waste is somewhere available at freely from any municipality or from any industry, from any place, then you can produce at even lesser amount. Right now, even our Indian Railways, as I addressed earlier, right now the current practice in our Indian Railways at divisional level, we give certain amount to the municipality to handle the waste generated in railway units, right from the platform, stations, from railway coaches, everything. They take money from us and they collect. And what we do, we take out from the railway units and we segregate and we give the waste to the municipalities. This is the current practice. If you get such kind of waste freely from any industry, from any community, from any municipality, you can produce, you can treat the waste and you can get the wealth. You can get the wealth. If any of you are an entrepreneur are interested, you can go through this kind of plans as well. We, along with our industrial partner, supply the plant TCD plants. We have installed at different locations, different places. If possible, I will show that slide as well. So our target beneficiaries are oil production industries, industries that use boilers. The oil that we produce has been tested in the industry boilers. Usually they use the LDO, low density diesel, or some people use furnace oil for industrial applications. So you can replace this with the pyro oil. You can use civil construction, the material, the byproduct, char, solid char can be used for the civil construction. Transportation sector you can use. These are our expected target beneficiaries. These are the some of the highlights from our industry partner. Our industry is basically located in the Pune. Okay, and this is the plastic waste that we have collected in Dehradun, in Uttarakhand, from the street boys. And this plastic waste, which is also containing of all kinds of electronic waste, some kind of, if you see here, some chip, mobile chips are there, some electronic chips are there. So we also work the entire mixed category of the plastic waste. We have shredded this plastic waste. Here, this is covered. This is the shredder, and this is the pyrolysis unit, which uses the electrical energy, conventional energy for pyrolysis. We have applied the TCD plant for. This is a laboratory setup, which handles a 50 kg per batch for understanding the different kinds of waste. As I said, the plastic waste, paper mill waste, we worked on this the same equipment. This is the while the oil is being produced, we have used multi-stage the condensers. So let me explain. This is the actual reactor. From the top, we feed the material, mixed feed, and we supply the heat. A coil is being arranged in the reactor. Electrical energy is being supplied, and that electrical energy is being converted into heat energy. And this is the controller, automatic controller. Temperature, everything is being set. What is the reactor temperature and what is the heating rate? Means per minute, what is the temperature rise? That has entirely been programmed set is being fed to the reactor, and vapors are being collected. Once the material is being heated at certain temperature, vapors are being raised, and those vapors are being collected, and these small tanks are called condensers. Cooled water, this is the chiller, which supplies the water at 4 degrees centigrade, or sometimes it is 2 degrees centigrade. Chilled water we supply through the condensers. And here from bottom side we collect the oil. And whatever the gases left over, non-condensable gases will be burnt. As it is the laboratory setup, we didn't collect the non-condensable gases. Some gases will be condensed and converted into liquid, and those are being collected from the bottom of the condensers. The gases or vapors which are not condensable can be collected in a balloon, and those non-condensable gases can be used for some other application. In the earlier plant, which I have mentioned which was installed in industry level, which was treating 1 TPD, 1 ton, 2 tons. In that, these non-condensable gases again recirculated to the reactor, and that energy is being used for the thermochemical conversion. The same feed which was supplied to the conventional reactor, also we have tried the same feed with the solar. Solar thermal energy has been utilized for converting the plastic waste into the oils. This is the Schaeffler disk, solar Schaeffler disk, which is being used for concentrating the solar radiation onto the reactor. This is the cavity reactor of 12 kg per batch capacity. If the radiation is being concentrated on this reactor, the temperature inside the reactor will rise to average temperature about 300 to 350 degrees centigrade, and the vapors are being produced, and those vapors are being collected through this pipeline. And you can see here these 3 bottles are the condensers, small condenser, laboratory condensers, and this is the oil that is being collected by solar thermal pyrolysis. The same setup was used for organic materials as well, for converting the organic. Now the same technology has been is being supplied for the for treating the 1 ton capacity, which was sent to the DST for approval. Okay, now let me say some more details which we have conducted. The same technology, thermocatalytic conversion technology, can also be used for converting the any organic waste. This is the sewage treatment plant at our university. 2 lakh liters per day is the capacity of this one of the STP sewage treatment plant. Nowadays, STP is mandatory for every industry, hotels, and even hospitals where the huge amount of water is being used. STP is mandatory for clearance from the environmental point of view. So this is the sludge, which is the waste coming out of the STP, sludge collected in the dump yard, and this is the dried sludge, and this sludge also we have tested and produced the oil, and these are the properties of the sludge based the oil, pyro oil. And this is the oil that produced from the sewage sludge at our university. These are the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen content in the oil. As I said, solid residue after the liquid and gaseous products, you can get out the solid residue. This is the solid residue come out of the sewage sludge after pyrolysis process. And we also worked about the algae. As you all know that algae is being classified into 2 types, microalgae and macroalgae. Macroalgae use the huge amount of raw material which is available at sea coastal. This is the macroalgae collected from the Gujarat, and the macroalgae is plentifully available. Macroalgae is being dried up in our laboratory. These pictures are from our laboratory, and this feedstock has been used for pyrolysis process. And after getting the oil, the properties were tested. So we can use any kind of organic material and inorganic material for converting the waste into useful materials. The same, the waste, plastic waste is being converted into the fuels by using the solar thermal energy, which is being proposed right now. The same methodology has been slightly modified. In this technology, what we were expecting in solar, we are expecting to preheat, and the preheated substance is fed back to the original our conventional plant, and from which you can get the oil. With this, we are getting the higher energy efficiency. This slide is mainly dealt with the economics point of view. Thank you. If you have any queries, you can kindly raise, even from this PPT or my earlier 2 sessions. Any queries, please?
Yes, sir. This is Mithun Mondal. Sir, as you said that the plasto oil is similar to diesel oil. So can we use it in large scale in our automotive sector or any sector?
Yeah, definitely you can use. See here.
What are the advantages? Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you type pyrolysis oil, even India Mart also you can get the oil. You can get the oil, you can get many kinds of oils. See, in this pyrolysis, you will get raw oil, crude oil, which I have mentioned. Sometimes it is of blackish color, or sometimes you can kindly unmute yourself. Unmute
Okay,
yourself.
sir.
If you
I have a
search,
question. Sir, I
let
have
me
a
answer
question.
this one. Yeah. Okay, let me answer this question. So what I was saying, you will get the raw oil, crude oil from the pyrolysis, which may be brownish color or which may be sometimes of a black color, which can be sell out at the cost of 30 to 30 rupees. Right now in the market, even in India Mart, you can find the price of the pyro oil, which is being drawn from the waste tires or which is being drawn from the different kinds of material, is being sold out at 30 to 35 rupees. This is the raw oil, which cannot be employed in automotive sector, transportation sector, or in engines. It can be used in furnaces, very raw for raw oil. It can use the furnaces or some kind of boilers for heating. However, if you want to use this oil for fine applications like transportation sector, any diesel gensets or any vehicles or any particular heat application burners, small burners, then you need to again modify the oil. You need to upgrade the oil. Upgradation technique has to be applied. For upgradation, one of the technology we use distillation. Distillation is the one of the technology, and other kinds of chemical methods are also there for upgrading the oil. So if you upgrade the oil and convert it into diesel-like or petrol-like, diesel-like fuel or petrol-like fuel. If you upgrade the oil, then the cost of the oil will be increased to about 45 rupees, from 32 rupees to 45 rupees, because of the distillation process, because of the upgradation process. So what kind of fuel you need to produce in market? If the demand is for the pure fuel, then you can upgrade and then you can sell out.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, any other?
Hello, any query?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, if we use after distillation and all purification, is it suitable for our vehicle? So will it have any long-term impact like damaging the engine or all?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, that is what.
What about
It
engine life?
is, yeah. Normally, for any fuel is to be employed in any engine, we need to run the engine for 512 hours as per the test procedures. 512 hours we need to run. We have run the engine at our university for durability long run test 512 hours. It was okay. It was okay. There was no problems with the long run duration. You can use.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, I have a query. Sir,
please.
is plastic oil biodiesel or methyl ester is available in the market, sir, readily?
Yeah, that is what I am available. Plastic
I am
oil is
talking about
available
methyl
in
ester.
different forms.
Plastic oil, not in the form of methyl ester, sir.
Not methyl ester. Esters are not there.
Okay, no, I am talking about plastic oil methyl ester, sir.
No. POME.
No, we have to convert again.
Yeah. You are asking about POME, no?
No, I am asking about waste plastic oil biodiesel, sir.
See, if you talk about the plastic, then it is not bio.
Okay, sir.
Bio represents organic. from
Sir.
waste seed or any. This is not called bio oil. It is not bio oil. Bio oil is different.
Sir.
Bio oil is derived from the waste or any organic content, molasses, cigarette, everything.
No, sir. I
This
have
is
gone through some paper wherein they have used plastic oil methyl ester.
okay. Might be they might be used the mixed kind. As I said, a paper mill waste, which is consisting of
Sir.
bio waste as well as
Sir.
inorganic waste, plastic waste. So if you mix these two, then you can get the mixed kind of fuel.
Okay.
This is under
Okay,
research.
sir.
Yeah, under research.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. In IIT Chennai, the one professor has done on this. I have read his paper, sir.
Yeah. Available. Good.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, whether any engine modification required in case of SI engine as well as in CI engine with blast oils?
Any modifications?
Engine modification. Because,
engine modification as such not required.
Okay, in case of petrol engine, volatility is a major issue, right? So, is it blast oil? Is it volatile enough to evaporate easily? So, is there any other procedure required in between before putting it into the combustion chamber?
Yeah, you can. It is almost equals to the properties of gasoline and properties of the pyro oil, blast oil are almost comparable. We have used it in the two-wheeler. We have used it in the three-wheeler also, three-wheeler auto. Same blast oil. Again, what I'm saying, depending upon the distillation. See, if you see distillation, main crude oil conversion to the petrol, diesel, you use the same reactor and crude oil you put in the reactor and heat up in different temperatures. What is petrol, what is diesel, what is kerosene? These are all the vapors, fuel vapors, crude vapors collected at a different distillation temperatures. So here also, while doing distillation, you can collect the oil at different temperatures. If you collect the oil at 60 degrees centigrade, the crude pyro oil, blast oil, if you put up a distillation at 60 degrees centigrade itself, you will get the vapors. If I condense those vapors which are at 60 degrees centigrade, those are equals to the fuel petrol like. The same vapors which can be condensed at 200 or beyond 100 degrees centigrade, 160 degrees centigrade, and those vapors are condensed into liquid, and that liquid is equals to the diesel like. So where you need to collect, at what point you need to collect. If you see distillation column at different levels, you'll get the oil. You can go through the distillation procedure, which is very fundamental. Even petrol, diesel, all kinds of fuels are being followed. Yeah, industry.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for conducting such nice and informative session. Actually, this disposing of the plastic waste is the very important concerns of today's life, and you provided good solution for that. So it is very useful for all of us, and it will be helpful for the environment security. So thank you very much, sir, for conducting and taking such a nice topic for today's session. And also, we are very thankful for spending your valuable time with us. So thank you very much, sir. And thank you all the participants for listening very carefully and attending this session. So now we'll meet at 12 o'clock for second session. So thank you all. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. You can reach out to me. I have mentioned my mobile number and mail ID. If any further queries or any research kind of activities, you can reach out to me, and you can Google papers as well. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.